What's going on, everyone? It's Jameson from NYC Tech Club. We got our laptop right here. We got a cup of coffee, and really that's all you need. If you want to learn how to make your own WordPress website, keep watching this video because we're going to show you how step by step. So before we get started, I do want to show you all the different pages that we're going to learn how to make. So you can go to the demo website and check it out yourself. I'm just going to scroll through these pages really quickly, and it should be noted that you can customize your web page however you want. So by the end of this video, you will know how to use WordPress and the page builder to create any type of layout and custom options that you want. So if you want to change the background image or colors or swap out these icons or link these buttons to other pages, I'll show you how to do that in this video tutorial. So this is the home page, and the next page is going to be the About page. So this is the About page that we're going to learn how to make. And again, you can customize this page however you want. We just add in a bunch of different features just to show you how to use the Brizy Page Builder. But again, you can customize your website and your web pages however you want. So this is the About page, and the next page that we're going to learn how to make is the Portfolio page. So this is the portfolio page, and if you have an image gallery or some projects that you want to showcase, this is where you can do it. And you can also make a light box, so you can click on these images and get these pop-ups just like this. So I'll show you how to customize this page and add whatever you want in this video tutorial using the Brizy Page Builder. And again, this is the portfolio page, and the last page that we're going to make together is the Contact Us page. So this is the Contact Us page, and if you have a physical location, we can insert a Google map just like this with our address and our location. And we'll also insert a contact form so your visitors can fill this out and contact you directly. And on each of our pages, we will have social media buttons at the bottom that you can customize and link to all of your different social media so your visitors can follow you. So this is the website that we're going to learn how to make today, and we're going to be making this entire WordPress website using the Brizy Page Builder. And the Brizy Page Builder has a bunch of different pre-made templates that you can use to customize your own WordPress websites. You can pick and choose whichever sections that you want to add. You can go into each of these elements and customize them however you want. You can change the font styles, the font colors, the background images and colors. You can add some additional elements and different rows and columns. You can pretty much do anything and build any type of WordPress page and layout that you want using the Brizy Page Builder. So I'm really excited to show you how to use WordPress and how to use the Brizy Page Builder. So if you like what you see in this video tutorial, keep watching because we're going to show you how to build a beautiful and professional WordPress website step by step. What's up, everyone? It's Jameson from NYC Tech Club, and I know I said that earlier, but I want to introduce myself one more time before we jump right into this video. We're going to learn how to make this website. I hope you're excited. And if you have any questions, you can leave a comment in the comment section below. Make sure that you go at your own pace, so pause the video if you need to, rewind if we go too fast, and be open to making mistakes. We're probably going to make some mistakes in this video. We'll just go back and fix some stuff. The goal here is to learn how to use WordPress and how to build a beautiful and professional WordPress website. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is register a domain, which is your web address, and also sign up for hosting, which stores all of your content, such as your images, your text, and anything else, and it also runs your website. So we need to get a domain and we need hosting in order to run a website. And I recommend that we go to a website called HostGator to get both of these. So in the video description, there is an affiliate link, and if you click on it, you'll come to the HostGator homepage right here. And you can always just type in www.hostgator.com. And right now, HostGator is running a promotion where you can get a free domain registration for 1 year. And it's an exclusive promotion that only some affiliates are able to provide right now. So you might want to click on that link in the video description just to come to this page so that you can get that free domain. So click on that and come right here. And let me talk a little bit about HostGator. So HostGator is the hosting company that I recommend to all my clients, my viewers, and also what I've used for a number of years to run my websites. And I think they're really great. The great thing about them is it's really risk-free because there's a 45-day money-back guarantee. So if you're ever unhappy with HostGator or you decide you don't want to build a website, you can get your money back. And I just think that they're really fast, they're cheap, and they're reliable. They have great customer service, and that's why I'm going to recommend them to you. I think they're one of the best hosting companies, and I'm just really excited to be able to recommend them to you. So once you come to this page, let's go to the hosting plans. What I want you to do is click on the web hosting link right here. And it's going to bring you to this page where you can see the different hosting plans. So the business plan is a little too expensive and more than what we need. So I'll let you go through this one on your own if you want. But we're going to focus on the hashing and the baby plan. So the hashing plan is going to let you host one website and one website only. So if you're only building one website, all you need is the hashing plan. And if you want to build more than one website and you want to host them on the same plan, then you want to get the baby plan. So for this video tutorial, we're only building one website. So I'm just going to choose the hashing plan. And through the affiliate link in the video description, you'll notice that you're going to save 60% off over here too. And we do have a coupon code that we can show you how to use. So don't worry if you didn't click on that link. I'll show you how to get this big discount in just a little bit. But first, all I really want you to do is choose the plan that you want. So I'm going to go with the hashing plan because I'm only building one website. So I'm going to come down here and click on the Buy Now button. And once you're on this page, this is the sign up page for our hosting and our domain. So I'm going to go through these steps with you just to show you your options and make sure that we don't make any mistakes. So let's go to step number 1 where it says choose a domain, and we're going to register a new domain. So what we want to do is type in the web address that we want right here. So I'll type in nycbrizzy.com and push enter. So go ahead and type in a site address that you want. And in the search results right here, if it says unavailable, that means that someone else registered the domain that you want and you need to search for a new site address. But you can see right here that this one is available, and we have this check mark right here. So this is what we're going to register. So once you find a domain that is available that you like, go ahead and scroll down to the bottom over here to the domain privacy protection section. And this is a service that costs a little bit of money, but it protects your identity. So no one's going to know that you registered the domain. They're not going to have your phone number, your email, or your name. So if you want to protect your privacy, then you want to have this box checked, and you can just pay this small monthly fee. If you don't care that anyone can contact you about your website, then you can just uncheck this box, and you can always add this service back a little bit later. So it's really up to you. And once you're ready, come down to step number 2. And step number 2 is where you're going to choose your hosting plan. So in this package type, you have the hashing and baby plan. We're choosing the hashing plan, at least I am, because I only am building one website. But if you want to build more than one website and you want to host them on the same account, you want to choose the baby plan. So I'm going to select the hashing plan right here. And then what you want to do is choose your billing cycle, and you can go anywhere from 1 month to 36 months. In order to have the free domain registration, you need to have a 12-month billing cycle. So I'm going to select that. And remember that you do have a 45-day money-back guarantee. So if you ever want to stop making a website, or you want to change hostings, companies, or anything like that, you can always get your money back. So it's really risk-free. Okay. So after you choose your billing cycle, what you want to do is register or fill out a username and security pin. So you want to create these on your own. And since I already created my HostGator account, I'm not going to do this with you. So if you need to, pause the video and create a username and security pin. And then once you're ready, come down to step number 3. And step number 3 is entering your billing information. And again, I'm not going to do this with you because I already have an account. So if you need to, you can pause the video and fill out all the billing information. And then once you're ready, come down to step number 4. And step number 4 is adding additional services. And by default, HostGator selects some of these for you. And the free SSL certificate is included with your HostGator plan. So I'll show you how to implement this in just a little bit. And this allows you to secure your website and any information that's transferred. So that's really awesome, but you don't really need any of these other services. So I want you to uncheck all of these because you don't need them. They're extra costs, and we have free video tutorials on how to create an email address with your domain, and there's a bunch of free plugins that you can use to back up your website. So uncheck these other boxes, and then come down to step number 5 where you can enter a coupon code. And step number 5 is probably one of the more important steps because this is where you can save a bunch of money. And by default, HostGator is going to put in a coupon code for you, and you can see that you have a discount right here. But what I want you to do is delete this coupon code and type in NYCTech30. So it's NYCTECH30, and click validate. And what you're going to notice is that your discount over here increases to about 60% off. And that's because NYC Tech 30 is one of the highest coupon codes available with HostGator, and it's an affiliate coupon code that saves you about 60% off. So you want to put in NYC Tech 30 and click validate to save a bunch of money. And once you do that, go ahead and come down to the bottom and just check this box that says you have read and agree to the terms. And once you're ready, go ahead and click on the Checkout Now button. And now we can just wait for HostGator to update. And once everything is set up, we should see this notification, and we can just click on this button that says View Dashboard. And once you're on the HostGator dashboard, you should see the domain that you just registered with your hosting plan right here. And you can click on the button that says Launch cPanel, and that's going to bring you to your control panel where we can install WordPress. So my domain that I just registered isn't on this front page, so I'm going to click on View More just to go to this page that you see right here. And you can see I have NYC Brizzy, and I'm going to click on this link that says Launch cPanel. And once you come to the HostGator cPanel, this is where we're going to go to install WordPress. So come down and find the software section, or you can just click on this link right here and it'll bring you right over here. And we want to click on this button that says Quick Install. And you're going to get this pop-up right here. And all we have to do is click on the button that says WordPress. So find this and click on this. And once you come to this page right here, just go into your drop-down and select the domain that you just registered, and leave this blank, and then click Next. And then what you're going to do is type in your blog title. So we'll just type in something like Design Studios. We can always change this later. So go ahead and just type in whatever you want. I'm going to put in an admin username. So I'll just type in admin, and then I'll type in my first and my last name right there. And then what you want to do is type in an email address that you're going to associate with your WordPress website. So I'll type in nyctechclub@gmail.com. Check these two boxes at the bottom, and once you're ready, go ahead and click on the Install button. And once the installation is complete, you should see this notification right here, and you should see some details for logging into your WordPress website right here. And you can save this, or what you can do is go to your email inbox, and you should see this email titled Install Complete from HostGator with your WordPress login information right here. So the admin URL is how you're going to log into your WordPress dashboard so that you can start making it and customizing it. And here is the admin username and also your password. So I can show you how to change this also once we log in. So if you're ready, let's go and log into our WordPress website so we can start making it. So just click on this link right here that says admin URL. And you're going to come to the login page right here. And again, all you need is to put in your username and your password, and you're going to get both of those from your email right here. So paste those in, and then if you want, check this box, and then click on the login button. And once you're logged in, this is the WordPress dashboard, and this is where we're going to go to create all of our different pages and posts, upload our theme and the page builder, and all of our plugins that we need to customize and make our WordPress website. Before we actually get started, what I want to do is show you what your website should look like now. So if I hover over my website name on the upper left, I can click on Visit Site, and it should load my home page right here. And you're only going to see this if you're logged in. So you should have this toolbar at the top. And don't worry, once you log out, your visitors won't see this. This is just something that you see when you're logged in. And you can see right here that our website looks very basic. It looks like a blog, and it doesn't look like anything special. But again, don't worry, because we are going to customize our site using the Brizzy page builder. And we're going to use a theme called the Astra theme to create what you see right here. So let's go back to our WordPress dashboard now. And each time you go to your website, to go back to your dashboard, you can just hover over your website name on the upper left and click on Dashboard. And once you're back on the WordPress dashboard, the first thing I'm going to tell you to do is come over here to where it says your site is currently displaying a coming soon page. Let's just click on this link right here to publish it so that everyone can see our website, because, you know, within an hour or two, you're going to be done with your website anyways. So let's just get that out of the way, because I usually leave this step at the end. But instead of making you guys come back here and click on this link, let's just click on it right now. So now people can go to your URL and they should see whatever your homepage looks like. And you can always save that to the end, but really it doesn't really matter. And there are some plugins that you can use also to put your website in maintenance mode. So We're going to talk a little bit about plugins, but we're not going to go into too much detail about them, but you can always check out any of my WordPress tutorials that I have that go into all the details of how to use WordPress and everything like that, but we will cover just about everything that you need. So we published our website, and what I want to do now is I want to show you how to change your password for your WordPress website. So if you hover over user and you click on all users, and once you come to this page right here, you can see that we have our username right here. So if we click on the edit button, it's going to bring you to the user profile. And you can go in here and put in your name if you want. So I'll just type in my name. And if I wanted to change the display name, I can go in here and just select that after I put in my information right here. And then you can also put in a bio and profile photo. I'll let you do that on your own if you want. All I really want to do is just come down to the bottom, and if you want to create a new password to secure your username, just go in here and click on generate password. And then what you can do is find your password that is going to be generated for you. Copy this so that you have it and paste it and save it somewhere. And then click hide. And then you can just click on use strong password if you have that pop up. And that's pretty much it. It's going to change your password, and then click on this button that says update profile, and that's going to save everything. So you can see that we have the profile updated and everything is saved now. So that's how you change your password. Make sure that you do save that password if you do change it, or you can always just type in your own password. So I'll probably come in here and change my password again just to secure it, because I don't want you guys to be able to log in and all that stuff. And there's always someone that watches my videos that tries to hack my websites, and they see these passwords that I have that I show. So please don't try to do that. I'm going to try to secure everything, but if I forget and you guys do try to do that, let me know. Okay, so I closed out of that other stuff, those notifications. We don't really need those, but that's how you can change your password for your WordPress website. So now we're going to move on to the next step. I'm going to go back to my dashboard really quickly. So I'm going to hover over this link right here and just click on dashboard. And now what we're going to do is move on to the next step. So what we're going to do now is add a theme that we're going to use to really customize our WordPress website. So to add a theme, which is going to be the template or the bones of your website, what you want to do is hover over appearance and click on themes. And once you come to this page, you're going to notice there's some default themes that are installed for you. And this one is the activated one for our website right now. And what we want to do is go and install another theme that we're going to use. And a theme is the template that we're going to use to really build out and customize our WordPress website. So we're going to be using a free theme that is really awesome. So click on this button right here that says WordPress.org themes, and I'll show you where you can go and find it. So on this page right here, there are a bunch of different themes, and there's pretty much a theme for any type of website that you want to build. And there are filters at the top, and you can also purchase premium themes and upload those if you want. We're going to go into this search box on the right-hand side and type in Astra. So it's ASTRA, and you should see this theme right here. And if you want, you can click on details and preview, and you can see that it has a 5-star rating. And the reason why I want this theme is because it's really, really popular. It's one of the best general business WordPress themes there are right now. And it just has a really functional and beautiful header and footer. And this is just a great theme. And if you want, you can always change the theme or find another one. But we're going to use this one. So if you want, just go ahead and click on the Install Now button. And you'll notice that it's installing. And then we're going to get an Activate button after it installs. So just click on the Activate button. And now you should be brought back to the themes page. So first, let me say congratulations, and you should see the active theme right here. So it should be the Astra theme, and we can go and check it out. So I'll click on Visit Site, and it's going to load the home page. And what you'll notice now is it looks a little different. The formatting looks a little different right here. We have our header, and we have our footer here. And what we're going to do in just a little bit is install our page builder so that we can start customizing our home page. So this is what the home page should look like now with our Astra theme. So let's go back to our dashboard, and we're going to move on to the next step. So now what I want to do is show you how to install some plugins, including the Brizy Page Builder plugin. So to do that, we're going to hover over plugins on the left-hand side, and we're going to go to Installed Plugins. And once you're on the plugins page, what you're going to notice is that you have a list of plugins right here that are installed for you. And what we want to do is just delete all of these because we don't need them. So check the box right at the top, and then go into this drop down and select deactivate and click apply. And once everything is deactivated, again, check the box, and we're going to go and delete all of these. And we're going to start from scratch. So click OK right here. And really quickly, let me just explain what a plugin is while everything is being deleted. So a plugin is a tool that really helps you customize your WordPress website. There are plugins for pretty much anything, including Facebook like boxes, Instagram handles, Twitter feeds, and much, much more. So we're going to go into some details, and I'm going to introduce you to some plugins right now, and we're going to download a few of them. So once you delete all of your plugins, you should have a clean slate. So if we clicked on install plugins again, we shouldn't see anything. And now we won't see any cluttered notifications at the top either. So what we can do is go and add some plugins. So let's click on add new. And once you're on the add plugins page, this is the WordPress database where developers upload their plugins for free for you to use. And what I recommend is that you go to the popular tab over here, and you can check out the popular plugins that a lot of people use for their WordPress websites, including the contact form. So we're going to have a contact form through the Brizy page builder. So we don't need this, but if you need help with SEO, Yoast SEO is one of the best. And also we have a tutorial on how to use this. And then down here, if you ever want to sell anything, you can use WooCommerce. We have a bunch of tutorials on that. And there's security plugins, Facebook Likebox plugins, Twitter feeds, and everything like that. So what I want to do is find a plugin for our SSL certificate so that we can secure our website. So what I want you to do is just type in SSL and push enter, and you should see these search results. And the one that we want is this one called Really Simple SSL. So you can see it has 3 million plus active installations right now. So a bunch of people are using this. It has a 5-star rating. And all we have to do is click on the Install Now button and let it install. And then once it installs, we'll see the Activate button and click on that. And now we should be brought back to the plugins page right here. And we can just go ahead and click on the blue button that says Activate the SSL. And once the SSL is activated, you should see this notification, and we can just go and check really quickly. And then we're going to come back to the plugins page and add our page builder. So hover over settings and click on general. And if you need to, you might have to log back in. So go ahead and do that. And once you're on the general settings in the WordPress and site address, you can see that we have the S right here now. So that means our website is secure. So thumbs up for that. And what we can also do is add our www dot in front of our web domain name. So go ahead and do that and just double and triple check that you don't mess anything up. Otherwise, you're going to freeze yourself out of your website. And you can also edit your site title and your tagline in the general settings. So for my tagline, I'm going to change this to professionally designed. And what that's going to do is just edit what you see up here. And if I showed my tagline and site title, this would show up on my website also. So once you're ready, let's just come down to the bottom and click Save Changes just to save everything. And you might need to log back in for security purposes. If you do, go ahead and do that. And then what I want you to do is in the settings section, let's go to the permalinks tab and click on that really quickly. And let's just update our permalinks. So I'm going to select the post name option because this is really good for SEO. So that's one that I'll recommend to you. So if you want, select that one or any of these other ones. And again, come down here and click Save Changes. And that's all we're going to do with our URLs right now. So let's now go back to our plugins page. So hover over plugins and let's click on Add New and upload the Brizy plugin, which is our page builder that we need to start creating all the pages for our WordPress website. So once you're on the Add Plugins page, we're going to go to the Brizy website really quickly to download the files that we need for the page builder. So type in nyctechclub.com/Brizy in a new tab, and Brizy is spelled B-R-I-Z-Y, and this is an affiliate link that's going to bring you right to the Brizy website, and there should be a link in the video description also. So we're going to be using the free version of this page builder, but I will talk about the pro version at the end of this video. So right now we can just download the file that we need. So click on the download button on the upper right, and you're going to get this page right here. And all we have to do is just type in our email address. So go ahead and do that, and then click on the download button. And what you'll notice is that you're going to download a file. So you can see it gets downloaded right here, and we can close out of this. And then we can just go back to our Add Plugins page, and right at the top there's a button that says Upload Plugin. Click on that, and then click on Choose File. And what you're going to do is go to where you downloaded the Brizy files, and you might have to compress your Brizy folder. It might look like this. you might need to go and right click it and compress it so that it turns into a zip file. So you want to make sure that it has a .zip right here, and select that and just click choose, and then just click install now. And now all we have to do is click on activate plugin. And now the plugin should be activated, and we can actually close out of some of these notifications right here. And now we should see our Brizy plugin right here. So we are good to go with plugins, but again, you can always upload any additional plugins by clicking add new, or you can always go and search for plugins in the plugins page over here. Again, there are a bunch of different plugins that you can use for your WordPress website, but these are the only ones that we need right now. So if you want, you can take a break, and I'm actually going to take a little break. I'm going to go do some jujitsu right now and probably get some lunch and come back with some coffee. And then what we're going to do is go and build all of our different pages. So if you want to take a break, go ahead. Otherwise, keep watching, and I'll probably edit this video and just move on to the next step. So I'll see you in just a little bit. All right, so welcome back. I took a little break, and now I got some iced coffee in front of me. We have some construction noise outside. I wish I can show you, but we're busy working on a WordPress website. So if you need to, make sure that you do take breaks. WordPress is a little frustrating when you start learning it, but it gets a lot easier. So we're just going to jump into the next step right here. And what I want you to do is go to the video description and click on the link to the text tutorial on how to make a WordPress website for beginners. And this is the text tutorial with all the steps in this video. And what I want you to do is come down to the step with the demo content. And what we're going to do is download a folder with some images and a logo. So you don't need to use the demo images, but I do want to give you them just in case. So there is a link right here. You can see it says click here to download the demo content. All you're going to do is click on that. It's going to download a folder, and then we're going to go back to our WordPress dashboard. And I want to show you how you can upload everything. So on the WordPress dashboard on the left-hand side, what I want you to do is hover over media and then click on add new. And once you're on the upload new media page, what you want to do if you want to upload the demo content is just click on select files and then go to where you downloaded the demo content, and it might be a zip file. So if it is, just double click to open it up to make it a folder like this, and then open this up and then just choose the images or select them all, and then just select this button right here. And you can see that we're uploading everything right here. So we're only uploading a slider image, a logo, and a site icon. There are a bunch of different demo images that are going to be used with the Brizy page builder, and I'll show you how to replace those. And you can also upload some additional images one by one, and we'll show you how to do that in our pages and posts when we make them. Okay, so you can see right here we uploaded our demo content, and if you ever wanted to, you can edit these images by clicking on the link right here, or you can go to your media library if you click on this link right here. And you're going to come to the media library page, and this is where you can see all of your uploads. And if we click on this, you can see that we get this pop-up, and we can click on the edit button right here, and we can go to this little pop-up. And if we wanted to, we can crop this image by clicking on this button. We can rotate this image, or we can change the dimensions over here. So if you do make any changes, you want to click on the save button right here. Otherwise, just click on the cancel button and then just close out of this. So we're not going to edit any of these images, but again, this is where you can go to see all of your images. You can edit them, delete them, and do whatever you want. So that's all we're going to do in this video section of this WordPress tutorial. But if you have any questions about your content or how to upload stuff, let me know. Otherwise, we're going to move on to the next step. So now what we're going to do is go and create our first page, which is going to be the home page for our WordPress website. So to create your first page, you can hover over new on the top and click on page. Or if you're on your WordPress dashboard on the left-hand side, you can hover over pages and click on add new. And once you come to this page, all we're going to do right now is just create this page. So we're creating the home page. So I'll type in home right here for the title. And that's all we're going to do. We're going to talk about this page a little bit later. So right now, just click on the publish button right at the top, and you do have to click it twice sometimes. So you can see our page is published, and if we want, we can go and check it out. And once the page loads, you can see it looks just like our initial page after we installed our WordPress website. So now what we're going to do is go into our theme settings. So you can click on the customize link right at the top, or what you can do is go back to your WordPress dashboard. And once you're back on the WordPress dashboard, to go to the theme settings, hover over appearance, and you can click on the customize link right here. And once you come to this page, you're going to see a bunch of different tabs right here, and these are your theme settings. And you're going to see a preview screen on the right hand side. So whenever you make changes to the theme settings, this page is going to refresh and show you what your WordPress website would look like if you save the changes. And then down here at the bottom, you should see some icons for different devices. So we have our PC, the tablet device, and the mobile device. So you can always check these to make sure that your website looks responsive. So what I want to do is just go through the settings that we select for our demo WordPress website, and also just talk about the other options that you have. And then you can pause the video, customize the theme settings however you want, and just push play once you're ready. You can also explore on your own. So the first thing that we're going to do is go to the layout tab. And what you're going to notice here are that we have a bunch of different tabs. So if we just go to the header tab right here and then click on site identity, this is where you can upload your logo. So we have a demo logo. So if we click on select logo, I'm in my media library and I can just select this logo image right here. If you want to upload your own logo, click on upload files and then click on select files and then upload your own logo. If you want to use the demo one, just select this image and click select. And if you need to, you can crop the image, but we don't need to do that. So I'll click on skip cropping. And now you should see the logo show up right here. And you can see that the website refreshes and now we have our logo right here. If you want to get rid of the site title, you can see that that section is right here. You can also update the site title and the tagline, but if you want to get rid of it, just click on this box to uncheck it. And now the site title is going to disappear. And if you want to add a site icon, which is the little logo that shows up over here and sometimes next to your URL, click on the site icon tab right here. And again, you can upload your own file. If you want to use the demo one, just select this one right here. And then just click on select. And you'll see that it gets uploaded. And down here now, this is where the site icon would appear. So if you do make any changes, I want you to always remember to click on the publish button or the save button to save everything. So that's how you upload your logo, and you can also customize your site title and tagline here. So let's go back. And just really quickly, if I go into the primary header, you can change the header layout right over here. And you have a bunch of different options over here. So you can always play around with this stuff on your own, choose whatever you want, see how it looks on the preview screen, and if you like it, click on the blue button right here. Same with the transparent header. If you want to enable that, go ahead and do that. Again, I like the default option, so we're not going to change anything. We're going to come back to the layout page and just come down to the footer section and come into the footer bar. And if I scroll down here, this is the footer bar. And I want to go into the first section drop down right here and change this to the footer menu, which we're going to create towards the end of this video. And then for the second section, I want to add the custom text. And I just want to change some of this text right here. So I'm going to delete where it says theme author, and I'm just going to type in NYC Tech Club. And what you'll notice is that the section is going to refresh. And now at the bottom, it says copyright 2019, my blog website powered by NYC Tech Club. I think that looks great. And that's all I'm going to do in this section. So once you're ready, come back to the main page and let's go into the colors and background. And what you can do here is choose the colors for your theme. So if we go to base colors, you have your theme colors, your link colors that you see right here. And when you hover over your links, they change to a different color. So you can go in here and customize the colors to be whatever you want. Just go in and change the color. Or what you can do is click on the wheel and drag this around, and then you can change the colors that way. So I'm going to change this back to the default color. But if you ever want to change anything, you can do that right here. So again, you can just see right here, if I change this link color, then this is going to refresh and my link colors are going to change to a different color. So pause the video if you need to, play around with this stuff. We're not going to change anything here, but you can also go in and change your transparent color or add a background color. And then same with the footer bar also. I'm going to go back over here and just show you that you can change your font in the typography. If you wanted to, you can also change the heading sizes and the font sizes. Again, we go with all of the default options. We don't really change too much because again, I'm making a demo website, but if you want to customize your own website, you can do whatever you want. We're going to go into the menus tab towards the end of this video because that's when we're going to create our menus. So we'll skip that and we just have to go to the home page settings right now. And what I want to do is set the home page. And what I want to do is set the home page. So I'm going to click on a static page right here, and then go into your dropdown and select the home page that you just created. And if you also created a blog post page, you can go in here and select that. And what that's going to do is set the home page and the blog post page. So when someone goes to your website URL, they're going to go to your home page. And then when someone goes to the blog post page, they're going to go to your blog page. So since we haven't created a blog post page, I'm going to leave this one blank. But you can see right here that I selected my home page right here. And now if I click the publish button, the home page is going to be set to just this page right here instead of the blog post pages or the recent posts. Okay, so let me just go back here, and you can add additional CSS, which is code to customize your website if you need to. You can hire a developer, you can create your own code, you can do whatever you want. But this is your theme settings, and I have just showed you how to add your logo, set the home page, and then add your site icons and also change your copyright. We'll come back in here and change our footer and our header menu a little bit later, but we are done with this section, so we can move on to the next step. So if you need to, pause the video, otherwise let's move on. So let's click on the X right here. And now you should be back on the WordPress dashboard. And now what we're going to do is a lot of the fun stuff. And the first thing that we're going to do is customize our WordPress homepage by using the Brizy page builder and all the blocks that they give you. So what I want you to do is hover over pages on the left hand side, and let's click on all pages. And you should see a list of all your pages right here that are created for you. And the one that we made is the home page, and we just set it to the front page in the settings. So if you want to delete these other default pages that are installed for you by WordPress, we can just select these and then go into this drop down and select move to trash and click apply. And that's going to delete these pages for us. And we can go into our trash and remove these. You can always add them back if you want, but we're going to start with a clean slate. So the first page that we're going to create and customize is our home page. So let's click on the edit button right here. And once you're back on the home page that we made a little earlier, remember we have our page title already, and we're going to go into the Brizy page builder to customize our page. But first, what I want to do is come over here and make sure that you're on the document tab right here. And then down here, you should see some options. So for sidebar, we're going to go with no sidebar for the home page. And then for the content layout, we'll go with the full width stretch option. And we're going to disable the page title for this page also. And then there is an option for the transparent header, but we're just going to go with the default settings in our customize settings section that we covered a little earlier, or actually in the last section. So once we have our selections right here, let's click on the update button to save everything. And we should see this notification that everything is saved. And now we are good to go. And we can just click on this button to edit with our Brizy page builder. So click on this. And once you come to this page right here, this is the template or the blank canvas for our home page. So we're going to customize this, and we're going to go through all this stuff. But really quickly, you can start building your page by just clicking on the plus button right here. And there are a bunch of pre-made blocks that we can just click and add to our page. So we're actually going to do this for a lot of our different pages. You can see there are different types of blocks that we can add. And what we can do is we can just go into these and change the background image or the images, change the text, change the colors, change whatever we want, the icons and everything like that. And there are options here. So there's the light and the dark option. I'm just showing you a brief overview right now. We're going to go in and actually select a bunch of these in just a few seconds. But first, let me talk about these icons right here. If you ever want to add your own icons or specific ones, you can click on the plus button right here. And you can just add whatever elements that you want. So you can just click and drag them in. And this is going to be to reorder blocks. So once we have a bunch of different rows, if we want to rearrange them, we can actually rearrange them here. Just click and drag them. And then you have styling options right here. We're going to keep everything as a default, but you can go in here and just change your styling options if you want. And over here, you can change the view so you can see what your website looks like on different devices. And then here is where you can change the template for the page. And we're actually going to do that right now. So come down here, and for each of our pages, we're going to come into the page template. And I want you to go into this drop down and select the default option. And what you're going to notice is the page is going to refresh, and now we're going to have our header and our footer. And the reason is because when we use the default option, it pulls the header and the footer from our Astra theme. If we use the Brizy template, it's going to be a blank canvas, and we have to create our own header and footer for each of our pages. So what you want to do is select a theme that you like that has a nice header and footer, and then you can just go and use the default option. Okay? And if you ever want to go back to the WordPress dashboard, just click back on the hamburger icon and then click back to WordPress right here. If you do make changes, you want to click on update to save everything. You can preview the website right here, and then you can go back and just undo stuff or redo stuff right here. So again, this is the preview screen, and once you click the update button, it saves everything, and then you can go and check it out on your own. So let's go and add different blocks for our home page. So the first thing that we're going to do is click on this plus button right here. And what you're going to see are these pre-made blocks right here from the Brizy developers and designers. And they've done a lot of research to create some really great blocks for you. So really you can just use these to create your website in WordPress. And pretty much that's what we're going to do, but we are going to show you how to add elements also to customize some of these blocks. And over here, you can choose to have light blocks or dark blocks. You can add different stuff to your website. It doesn't really matter. It's just personal preference. And then over here is a filter to show you different blocks. So if you want to add a project section, you can just click on this and see what you can add. If you want to add a testimonial or a contact section. So what we're going to do right now is just add our first section for our homepage. So we're going to add a cover. So I'm going to click on this, and this is the one that I want. So I'll just click on this right here, and you can see that it gets added. And down here, if we wanted to, we can add some additional blocks. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to add a bunch of different layers of blocks for our home page. But right now, what I want to do is just talk to you about this first block. And it's going to cover pretty much everything for all these other blocks also. So we'll spend a little bit more time right here. So if I hover over this, you can see that we have some top padding. And if I come down here, we also have some padding on the bottom. You can click and just move this. So you can see that you can drag this to make it larger, smaller, and you can have lower padding and all that stuff. And if you ever want to just redo or undo this, you can just click on this icon right here. So then it goes back to 250 right there. So padding really is just what it sounds like. It's padding, so it just pushes down or pushes up where your elements are. If you want to edit your elements that are already here, like this text box, you can just come in here, click on it, and then just change whatever you want to change. So maybe we'll just type in design professional websites, and we can also change the color of this text right here. Whenever you click on any of these elements, you're going to get this little pop-up. So it's pretty, I guess, self-explanatory. This is the text option. So if you want to change the typography, you can do that here. If you wanted to change the text color, you can do that right here. And then if you want to align the text or this element, you can do that. You have these options, and then over here you have this little wheel. So if you want to change the spacing, you can do that here also. And you can duplicate this, and you can also delete it. And so what I want to do is just show you how you can add a link. So first I'm going to change this text right here to say learn more. And then if you want to link a text or a button to another page or anything like that, all you have to do is click on this link icon, and you'll get this pop-up, and then you can just type in the URL right here. So what I'm going to do is just type in the URL for my about page that I'm going to make a little bit later. So it's going to be my website name, so https://www.yourwebdomain/ so nycbrizy.com/about. I almost said /nycbrizy or something like that. So sometimes I talk too fast. Anyways, all you have to do is just type in your URL right here, and we're linking to the about page that we're going to make in just a little bit. So if you want, type in your website address and then put in /about, and this is going to link to the about page also. So that's all you have to do. And now if we click out of this, and you can see my mouse turns to the little icon for whenever there's a link right there. So if you do make any changes, you do want to click on the update button. You have the undo button and the redo button, and you can preview the website right here. I talked about some of this stuff earlier, but what I want to do is just cover this little button right here really quickly. And if you open this up, you're going to expand this, and you can click on these icons and you can see what they're all about. The first one is if you want to make this a global block, which means it's going to show up on all your pages, or you can make this into a slider. So right now we just have a one image cover, but if you want to turn it into a slider, turn this on, And down here, you're going to see 2 buttons for your slider. And if we go back in here, this is where you can change the background image. Click on this, and right here where it says background, the first tab right here is for the first slider image, and then if you click on the second one, this is for the second slider image. And you can just remove this, and then you can click in here and upload another image. What I want to do is just turn the slider off because I just wanted to show you that you do have the option. But I do want to show you how to change your background image from this one to another one. So if you want to do that, and you do have the option here of changing an image, making a video, or a location, I believe. We're just going to change an image right here. So I'm going to delete this. So click on that X, and then I'll click in here again. And you should see the media library. And I'm going to use this image, but if you want to upload your own images, click on this tab and click on Select Files and find your own image. I'm going to use this one, and this is a Shutterstock photo. So I actually have to pay for this, so I am providing you a free photo to use. Go ahead and select that, and you can always update it or change it on your own. And then just click on select, and you should see the image show up right here. And you can always add a video if you want. Just put in the URL, or you can add a location with a pin mark right there. So we're going to use the image. And if you want to add a color or change the transparency of this image, what you want to do is go to this icon right here, which is your colors. And first, let me show you how you can just make this a solid color. So right now we have some transparency, but if I drag this all the way to the red in the corner over there and just drag this to 100%, you can see that this block is just all red. And if you wanted to make this a gradient, you can just go in here and then you can change your gradient to whatever color that you want. So it's pretty cool. I'm going to go back to the solid color and change this back to white. So I'm going to make this a 90% transparency. You can always play around with this stuff. The lower you go to 0 is going to be the actual color of the photo. So I'm going to go up here and just change this to about 80%. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you know, this is what I have for the demo website, and that's what I am trying to show you guys how to make. So that's how you can change the colors for your image. If you want to save this block so that you can reuse it, what you want to do is click on the heart right here. And you do have some additional settings. I think we talked about this earlier. Maybe we didn't, but you can change the width of this section. You can make it full width. You can go into more settings right here, and you have some additional stuff such as the padding for the top and the bottom, and then some advanced stuff right here. So this is pretty much all you have to do to create a block and customize it, add colors, change your text. So we're going to really quickly just go through the rest of this homepage. And again, if you miss anything, you can always rewind and just rewatch this section or leave a comment below and I'll answer any of your questions. So let's go and add another block. Let's click on the plus button right here. And again, we're going to see all of our blocks right here. And let me just go to the demo website and show you. We're going to add this featured section right here with some text, some sections with icons and everything like that. So I'm going to go back to the page builder. And remember, you can add a dark section, or you can actually go in and customize the background colors for all of these different sections if you wanted to. So I'm going to go with the light option and click on features. And I want to add this one. But again, you can add any of these. So I'm going to click on this and you'll see it get added right here. So just remember, we do have the icon over here. If you wanted to go in here and make any changes, you can. So if you wanted to change the color for the section to maybe this color, you can do that, or this color. You know, you can really do anything that you want. And if you don't like anything, just click on the undo button right here and it'll bring you back just like this. Or you can always go in here and delete this stuff and add something else. And you also have your options for padding and width and everything like that over here. So I do want to just remind you that you have this over here. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about the elements a little bit later in this tutorial, but we can kind of go over it right now. So let's just change some text right here. So if I highlight this, I can delete this and go to the demo website, and maybe I'll just copy this text right here and paste it in. And if I wanted to add a button down here, all you have to do is go up here to the add element button and click on that. And then all you have to do is click on the element that you want, drag it, and you'll see this bold gray bar. This is where the button is going to go. So you can see we have our button here, and if we want to customize it, we can go in here. We can change the text. We can add a URL to link the button, or we can move this to whichever side that we want. And we can also delete this. And this icon right here, if we click on this, this is for our button. So we can change the size of the button. We can make it smaller. We can not fill it. You know, there's a bunch of different things that you can do. You can really customize your button however you want. So I'm going to delete this, but that's how you can add elements. And there are a bunch of different elements here. You'll probably want to pause the video and just look at all these different elements and play around with them. They're really, really easy to use. And if you have any questions on these, you can always just leave a comment and I'll get back to you. So really quickly, for each of these columns right here, if you hover over them, you'll see this little arrow. And what you can do is click on that and you can actually customize this column right here. So you can change the background image or the color. So we can go in here and you can just see that we can just change the color just like that. Or we can undo this. Let me just click on that one more time. There we go. And you do have other options such as linking this whole section to another page. And you have this plus button right here. So you can add a new column if you want it in between and all that stuff. And if you wanted to, again, you have the delete option also. So creating this section is really easy. All we did was just added a block. And I went in here for my demo website and I just changed some of the text. You can pause the video and do that on your own. Or you can add another block. You can see that we have these icons here also. This is an element that was added into this section. And if you want to change the icon, just click on this little button right here and then go in here and you have all these icons that you can choose from. You can search keywords and just select the one that you want to use. Okay, so you also have these ones right here. So again, this Brizy page builder is really, really easy to use. You can actually change the size or spacing here if you want to make this larger or smaller. So many things that you can do. I really like this page builder and it's really easy to use. So if you need to customize this section, go ahead and pause the video and do that. I want to add some more sections and show you how you can reorder stuff if you want to change the order of some of your blocks. So I'm going to click on this plus button right here. And what I want to do is add a services section. So I'll click on this and I want to find this one, but you can always add any of these and you can go and customize them however you want. So once we add our services section right here, again, remember you can change the background color by clicking on this icon and you can also change the padding. So you can change the row width over here and you can also go into more settings and change the padding to make it larger or smaller. It's really up to you. So I'm going to click out of this and just undo that change right there. What I really want to do in this section is just talk about how you can add a background image or change the image, and then also how you can edit these buttons right here to hover and have another color. So for the background image of each of these columns, what you want to do is just hover over this and click on the arrow, and then you can go and change the background image over here. You can see once you click on it, you have your image and you can delete it, and then you can add a new image if you want. And you can also just change it to a color if you want also. Okay, so we're going to click and undo that. And then for the buttons, let's click on this. And we can just change the text if we wanted to. So we can type in learn more. And if you wanted to link this to another page, just click on this icon right here. And you'll get this pop up. And what we can do is just type in the URL for whatever page that we want to link to. So I'll type in https://www.nycbrizy.com/about. And this is going to link this button to the about page. So we can close that. And what we can also do is choose whether or not we want this to have a solid background color, or if we want to have it to have a hover color, we can customize it also. What you want to do is click on this icon right here. If you want to customize your button, you can change the sizes, and you can also choose whether or not you want to have a background color when you're not hovering over it. So you can see if I choose this one, this is the fill option. This one is the one where it's transparent. And once you actually choose your option right here, what you can do is go into the background color icon right here, and you'll see that you have two tabs. One for when you aren't hovering over it. So we don't have the background selected, so that's why it's just transparent. And then this one is for when the button is transparent. So right now it's going to be this color, but let's say I want to change it to a red color like this. So now when I hover over it, you can see that it changes to this red color. And you can also customize the border. So you can see we have borders for all of our buttons. If you want to change those, you can do that also. Okay, so that's all you have to do to customize your buttons to have a different color, to hover over them, or to make them a solid color. So again, we have some blocks here. And before I add any more to finish off this home page, if you ever want to rearrange these blocks, you want to click on this icon on the left-hand side, and you can just reorder your blocks. All you have to do is just click and drag them, and then you can move them, and you can see it just moves it just like that. Okay, so before we actually move on, because you guys probably added some blocks to your own homepage, I want you guys to click on the update button just to save everything. And once everything is saved, we can add some additional blocks. So let's click on the plus button. And now what I want to do is just add a testimonial. So I'll click on this one, and maybe I'll add this one right here. So you can see now we have a good contrast with different borders or background colors. And we have this section. I'm not going to customize it this time because it's pretty easy. And then let me go to the demo website and see what we add. We just add a get in touch section with a button that says contact us. That probably links to the contact page. And then we have another block right here for some social media buttons. So let's go over here and we'll add a new block, and we're going to add a contact block. So we'll do this one right here where it says get in touch, and I'll just come in here and maybe just customize this text really quickly. So I'll type in contact us, and I'll link this to the contact page that we'll create a little later. So I'll type in https:// and you can do this also, www.yourdomain name.nycbrizzy.com/contact/. Okay, and again, if you wanted to edit the look and feel of the button, you have these options right here, and also the background colors over here. And if you wanted to change the icons for your clients, you can do that right here. You can also just delete these if you don't like them. We're going to leave everything as is because, again, this is just a demo website. And the last thing I'm going to do right now is just add the social media buttons. So come over here and just click this. And now if you want to link all of these, let me show you how to do that. What we're going to do is just click in here. And what we can do is link this button to our Google Plus page, which I don't actually think exists anymore. Does Google Plus still exist? Let me know in the comment section. I don't actually think it does, but let's pretend that it does. And we want to link it to our page. We can just click on this icon and type in our URL for our Google Plus page. And same with Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all that stuff. If you want to customize these buttons, you can actually change the text. So we can just delete this text and type in something else. And then for the icon, what you want to do to change the icon is click on this button right here. And then there's an icon tab right here. And you can remove the icon and then search for the social media platform that you want to have an icon for. And for the button, if you come over here, remember right now we have the fill. So the background color fills up for this button. And you can see that the hover changes to a lighter color, but the color is the same. So over here in this button, or this color option over here, we have these two tabs. This is when we don't hover over it. So we have the color code right here, and 100% for the transparency, so there is no color change. And then when we hover over it, you can see the transparency is brought down a little bit, but the color code is the same, which causes this hover color. And same with all these other ones. So if you wanted to add some additional buttons, you can always go into your elements and just drag a new button in and then format it. You can also change the positioning of this icon. I forgot to just show you that really quickly. You can see over here, you can just move the icon to wherever you want. So if you do update this section, so I'm going to do it real quickly. If I come here and I type in my URL for my Facebook page, I'm just going to type in NYC Tech Club, and then I'm going to copy this and then just go into Twitter and do the same. And I'll just change the Facebook to Twitter, and I'll do it for Instagram too. And I'm going to show you how you can actually save this block so that you can save time, so you don't have to recreate all of these URLs each time. So I have links for these buttons right here. And if I want to add this to every page, but I don't want to go in and customize these buttons and link them, what I can do is just come over here and click on the heart. and this is going to save the block, so all the formatting and the URL is going to be saved. So when I go to a new page, I can just add this saved block, which is what I'm going to do. Okay, so pretty much we have our home page right here. We have our cover image at the top with our header, a section right here that we can customize, another section here that we can link buttons to, testimonials if you want, and a contact section, and then our social media buttons. This is going to disappear when we sign out of the page builder and also when we sign out of WordPress, and we're going to customize our footer a little bit later. If you want to make some additional changes, go ahead and do that on your own. Make sure that you click on the update button down here to save everything, and then once you're ready, push play and we'll move on to the next step. So I'm done with this homepage. So what I'm going to do is go back to my WordPress dashboard. So I'm going to click on this icon over here and then go back to the dashboard. And once you come back to this page right here, if you want to view the homepage, you can just go to your URL or click on view page right here, and you should be able to see the homepage that you just learned how to make. So congrats if you have a beautiful homepage now, but we are not done. We're going to create some more pages together. So let's just jump right into it and do the next page. So now what we're going to do is create our about page. So again, you can hover over pages and click on add new, or at the top over here, hover over new and click on page. And on the new page right here, let's just type in about for our page title. And then on the settings over here, I'm going to go in and select no sidebar and the full width stretch option and disabled page title. And all we have to do is just publish this. So let's go ahead and do that. And once the page is published, we can just turn on the page builder. So click on this. And once you come to the Brizzy page right here, before we actually start, I want to go to the demo website and just remind you that this is what the about page looks like. So we're going to create all of these different blocks by just picking and choosing them in the Brizzy page builder. But I will show you how to use the Brizzy page builder with the elements in this section also. So once we're on the template, the first thing that we want to do is come over here and click on this icon and change the page template to the default option so that we have our header and our footer. So we'll just let that refresh, and once that does, let's go and add our first section. So we'll go in here, and I think we're going to add a feature section. So I'm going to click on this, and I want this one right here. So I'm going to click on this, and now you should see this section right here. But on the demo website, what I did was I moved this image to the right-hand side and this text to the left-hand side. So if you want to do that, what you can do to move a column is just click on this arrow on the upper right for one of these columns, and then just drag it to wherever you want to place it. And you can see we have our blue line right here. So I can just drop it in, and now we have our formatting correctly. And we can just come in here and change some stuff. So I can just change this to our story. And then I can go to my demo website and copy this text and put this in right here. And I don't really need to do this because this is a demo website, but I thought just for fun, just to show you that I can format this stuff pretty quickly, that I would do this just to show you how awesome the page builder is. So I'm going to delete that button, and maybe I'll just type in some additional text down here. So this is my story section for my about page. And if you wanted to, you can format this section with these buttons over here. You can also add some additional elements to this block. You have all of these other ones that I haven't talked about. So if you need to, you can pause the video, check them out, use them, test them out, and see which ones you like. And once you're ready, what I want you to do is just come down to the next section. And again, just remember, you don't have to use the same blocks as I do. You don't even have to have the same layout. What I really want to do is have you walk away knowing how to use the page builder to really build whatever type of layout and web page that you want for your WordPress website. So now what we're going to do is add another block. So let's click on the plus button. And what I want to do is go back to the featured section, and I'm going to scroll down and just find this one right here. So I'm going to add this. So I'm not going to really format this section or the button right here, but you can see when you add two white blocks like this, it looks like one big section. So what I want to do is just kind of separate these by adding a little background color to this section. So I'm going to go in here and just select this, and maybe I'll make it a little bit lighter. So something like this, just so that you can see a little bit. So now you can see that we have some separation, and that looks pretty good. So let me add these other sections for this about page. Again, I'm just using some blocks right now, and then I'm going to show you how to use the page builder to create a row of your own. So gonna come right back in here. Let's add a testimonial, and maybe we'll use this one again. And we have that white section, and then we'll go in here. And this time I'll add another contact section, just like the home page. And then we'll add our social media buttons. But this time around, instead of going into the social link over here, I'm going to go to my save blocks, and it will populate the block that I already saved with the URLs for Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And I'll just add this one. So now if I click on this, you'll notice that we have our URLs already included for these buttons that we changed already. So this is what we did earlier. We saved this block, and now I just added it back. So we have our about page using blocks, and what I want to do is just show you how you can add another section. So imagine you want to add a section. It doesn't need to be at the bottom over here, but if you want to just create a page from scratch or a block from scratch, just click on this. And once you see this section, if anything looks different on this page, that's because I kind of messed up and I spilled some orange juice as I was recording this tutorial. So my MacBook that I was using needs to get fixed, so I had to swap out my computers. So now we're using a different computer. But the show must go on. We got to finish this tutorial, so we're going to do that right now. So let's click and add a blank block for this new section that we're going to create. And you can see it right here. I want to go in and just change the background color so we have some separation. So I'll select this right here. And let me just show you what we're going to make. We're going to make this little section that you see right here. And it's pretty professional. It's just something that I added to the about page right here. So let me show you how to do that with the elements, and then you can go and create whatever you want. So you don't have to copy or really follow along. You can just watch and see what I use to make something, and then you can go and customize whatever blocks that you want. So the first thing that I want to do is just add some text blocks into this section. So I'm going to drop some in right over here. So I'm going to add 2 of them because I want a headline and a subheadline. And so we have these 2 right here, and I can just go in here and maybe delete this and type in everything you need. And what we can do is format this text. So we'll click on the T right here, and I'm going to change this to a subtitle. I'll italicize this. I'm going to center it and probably change it to this blue color. And then what we can do is come in here and put in our headline. So we'll type in perfectly crafted. And again, we'll change this to a heading 1 in here. And we'll make this white, and we'll center this. And what you'll notice is that there's a little bit too much space right here. So I want to make this section or this text be closer to this one. So I'm going to go into this one right here and go into the settings and change the margin. So you can see what happens when I actually click on this one. You can see it's going to change the margin for the bottom right here. So we're going to move this to maybe -10 or so. And that looks a little bit better. It looks a little tighter. So I kind of like how that looks better. So that's what you can do with the margin and the padding. And now what we're going to do is add some additional columns at the bottom over here. So I'm going to click on this and duplicate this, and we'll do that one more time. And this is just going to make some additional columns. And I actually want to make this full width, so from one side to the other. So I'll go into my settings over here and just change this to the full width option. So now we have columns all the way across. Okay, so now what we can do is we can add our text boxes and everything like that, but what I want to do first is show you how we can add a background image and then change the colors for these images. So we're going to go in here and click on this, and you guys should already know how to do this, but we're going to walk you through it again. So I'm going to click on this button to add a background image and click on this. And what I want to do is just choose my background image and click select, and you should see the image show up right here. And we can add an overlay. So we'll go in here and just change it to blue. Maybe I'll change this to 75% or so you can see the image. And then what we can do is go and change the padding and the margin, which you won't see until we actually go and add an element right here. So if you click on this one, this changes the padding on the inside. So you see this gray box right here? That's for the padding on the inside. If you click on this one right here, it's going to change the padding and the margin on the outside of this gray box. So we're working on this one right here. And I want to change the padding on the outside to 70, 65, 70, and 65. And then the margin on the outside right here, I want to put in 15. And then for the margin right here, I want to do 15, 10, and 15, 10 right here. And again, you won't see the changes until you put in an element. So we're going to click and drag in a text element right here so you can see the change. So I'll just drop this right into the center. And once we put that in, let me just scroll down, and you can see, once I hover over this, you can see that we have the spacing changed. So now right at the top, we have some spacing over there. And you probably won't notice it, but I did change the padding here. So now this text box is formatted. So I'm going to go in here and just change the text to white. And I want to duplicate this text box because I want to have a title section up here. So I'm going to click and try to highlight this text and just put in About Us, and just change the formatting or the typography to the button option. And now you can see we have this first column like this. So you can see that the Busy Page Builder can pretty much do whatever you want. And what I want to do is I'm going to delete this one right here. And I'm actually going to duplicate this one because I want to just have two of the same right here. And I'm just going to change the text right here. So I'm going to click and move this over right over here. And we can just change the text if we wanted to maybe team or something like that. And if we also want, we can just go in here and format these two. So let me just do that really quickly. So I'm going to click in here again and click on this and then go and choose a background image. So we're going to use the same image and just change the transparency. So once we have our image right here, I'll go into the styling and I'm going to select, let's go with this one right here. And maybe we'll change this to about 50% or so. Let's see what that looks like. This looks pretty good, right? So maybe we'll do 60%. I'm just winging it right here. And you can see right here, we didn't change the padding or the margin yet. So you can see it's higher up. And this time around, what I want to do is I want to put in the elements first, just to show you what happens and you can actually see the padding and the margin change. So we have our first element right here, and we can just change the text color. So maybe we'll make it navy blue. And we can duplicate this again just so that we have two of these. And we can change this one to services. And we'll put in the typography as button. And the formatting looks a little weird, right? So what I'm going to do is click on this little icon and go into my settings and click more settings. And then just put in the same padding. So for the outside, I want to put in 70, 65, 70, and 65, and you should see things starting to change. For the margin for this one, I want to put in 15, and then over here for the outside margin, it's going to be 15, 10, 15, and 10. And now you should see the changes right over here. So if we click out of it, that's what it looks like. If you don't like how this looks or whatever, you can always change it. You can maybe make this a little bit darker. And what I want to do is actually delete this one, and then we'll just put another duplicate on this side over here. So I'm going to click and drag this one over right over here. And maybe we'll just change the title for this one to contact. And if I was actually building the site, maybe I would make these a little lighter so that you can actually see the text. But again, this is just a demo block right here. So what I want to do is I want to add a button, but I want to add some spacing in between these two sections. So I'm going to click here. And you can use all of these different types of elements. So what you probably want to do if you want to learn how to really use the page builder is just play around with all these different elements and drag them in and see what they do. So I'm going to add a spacer right over here. And I'm also going to add a spacer below the section, so down here. And that's just going to give me a little bit of gap. And then I'm going to add a button down here. So I'm going to click and drag this element over underneath. And once you see your button right here, we can just go in here and maybe we want to change the text to say learn more. And if you want to get rid of that icon or change it, click on this icon right here and then just go in here and remove that. And again, what you can do to link this button is click on this, type in your URL, and we already talked about how to format our buttons, so I'm not going to go through that again. But again, you can see your button right here, and if you want to change the colors, you have the normal button color and then the hover color over here. Okay, so that's all we're going to do for this section. Really what I wanted to do was just show you how to create this beautiful block here with the Busy Page Builder to kind of give you an idea, an overview of the elements that you can use. So if you do want something like this, or if you're done creating your about page, make sure that you always click on the update button right here. So I'm going to click on this just to save everything really quickly. And once everything is saved, you should have your about page right here. So if you need to, you can pause the video and go in and change whatever you need to, update the links, update the images, the text, and I'll probably delete the section that I created with you guys before I go and move on to the next step. But again, remember, always click on the update button to save everything. And then once you're ready, let's go back to our WordPress dashboard so that we can move on to the next step. So I'm going to click back to WordPress right over here. And once you're back on this page right here, if you want, you can go and check out your about page by clicking on view page. And your about page should load right here. And you can see this just looks just like our Brizy page builder. We have all of our different sections. So again, pause the video if you need to update everything. Otherwise, let's move on. And now what we're going to do is learn how to create a portfolio or gallery page just like this using the Brizy page builder. So if you guys haven't found out already, the Brizy page builder is super easy to use even when you create blocks yourself. So if you want to create a gallery page, let's go and create a new page. So we can hover over new and just click on page. And once you're on the add new page, let's type in portfolio for the page title. And we're going to come to the settings over here and I'm going to select no sidebar. And for the content layout, I'll do the stretched option and disable the page title. And that's all we have to do. So let's click on the publish button right here. And once the page is published, you can check it out if you want, but I'm going to open up the Brizy page builder. So I'll click on the button right here. And once you're on the Brizy template for this portfolio page, remember the first thing that we're going to do is go into the page template and select the default option so that we have a header and footer from the Astra theme or any other theme that you selected. And all I'm going to do here is just use some pre-made blocks from the page builder. But you already know how to use the elements to create your own sections if you want for your gallery page or really any other page. So a services page, a products page, or anything like that. And if you need some additional help, you can always leave a comment or you can just rewatch the section before. So for the portfolio page, I'm going to come in here. And again, we have our pre-made blocks and I just want to add a gallery block. So I'm going to click on this. And this is the one that I selected, but you have all these other options. So if I click on this, you can see that it gets populated right here. And if you wanted to, you can edit the text, you can edit the padding, the margin, how it's formatted. All I really want to do in this section is show you how you can add a light box. So when your visitor clicks on any of these image elements, it's going to pop up. So if I go to the demo website right here, I turned on the light box for this one. So if I click on this, you can see that the image shows up like this. And it doesn't for these other ones because the light box is not turned on. So if you want this option right here for your images, what you want to do is for each of these image elements, you can just click on it and then you have your menu right here. Click on this icon and right here where it says open in Lightbox, you turn that on and now you're going to have that option that you saw on the demo website for this image. So you can do that for each one of these and then you're going to have pop-ups for all of these images. So that's all I'm really going to cover here, and I'm just going to turn on a few of them. So if you do make any changes, again, make sure to click on the update button right here. The only other thing that I want to do for this gallery page is come down here. This is where you can link your buttons to bring people to another page, or what you can do is add more rows or columns for additional images for your gallery or portfolio here. You can also customize it however you want, a different layout. You can delete one of these buttons. Again, remember, this is just a pre-made Brizy block, so you want to go in and edit this stuff. Well, all I want to do down here is just add my social media buttons. And remember, we have the option of using the pre-made blocks right here, but we also have our save block right here with our links already created for us. So I'm going to go in here and just select this one, and we got this right here. And if you want to edit any of these, you can. Remember, Google Plus isn't a real thing anymore. At least I don't think it is. Let me know. So all I'm going to do here is just update this because this is my portfolio page and it's really easy to make. I feel a little guilty at how simple it is, and if you need any help, let me know because again, this was really easy, and sometimes I feel bad because it's so easy that you can probably learn how to do this on your own and you don't even need this video. But that's it. This is the gallery page, and if you guys are ready, go ahead and pause the video, customize this however you want, and then once you're ready, push play, and then we'll create our last page together. And before we actually move on, let me just click the update button again just to save everything. And I'm going to go back to my WordPress page right here. And once you're back on this page, if you want to check out what the portfolio page looks like, you can click on the link right here that says view page. Otherwise, let's just move on and create the last page together, which is the contact us page. And you can see right here, again, all we're using is a pre-made block, and we might format it a little bit, but we have some text at the top. We have a Google map right here with a pin for our address if you have a physical location. And then we have a contact form right here that actually works and sends a message to your inbox whenever a visitor writes you a message. And down here we have our social media buttons, and we'll talk about our footer and our header section after this. So let's go and create this last page for our WordPress website that we're learning how to make. So we can hover over new and click on page. And once we're back on this add new page, let's type in contact or contact us for this new page title. And then again, you can choose whatever options that you want, but we're going to go with no sidebar, the stretched option, and hide the page title. And then we'll just click on the publish button twice just to publish this. And now we can turn on the Brizzy page builder. And once we're on the page template, let's go in and change the template to the default option. And this is going to change so that we have the header and the footer. And before we actually go on, I know this is the last page, so if you guys are enjoying this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. If there's anything that I can do to make these better, let me know in the comment section below. I'm always trying to improve. So we have our header and our footer, and we want to go and add a contact block. So I'm going to go in here and just click contact, and there's a bunch you can choose from. So if you don't have a physical location, it probably doesn't make sense to choose one with a map. You might just want one with a contact form or some details or one with an image. So I'm going to select this one right here. So I'll click on this and you'll see that it gets added, and we already know how to format the text and the padding and all that stuff. So you can do that on your own. All I want to do here is I want to show you how you can change the address for your pin on the map. So if you don't have an office on Wall Street, you can just click on this and then click on the pin, and then type in your address right here. So we'll delete this and type in 123 First Ave, New York, New York. And I don't know the zip code for this area, so I'm just going to push enter. And now you can see that this map refreshes and it has the zip code right there. And so yeah, this is East Village. It's a cool area. I kind of was over there today because I dropped off my MacBook, the one that I spilled orange juice on. But let me know what you guys think about East Village, or I don't know. You don't have to say anything. Just this is where you go to update the location for your map if you have one. So the other thing on this contact block that I want to talk about is if you have a contact form on your contact page, you can change any of these labels right here. I guess that's what you would call them. And you can also delete the subject lines here if you don't want this. So you can delete all this stuff. You can add some stuff. This is just a drop down with subjects. This is where you can type your message, and I might show you in some additional videos how you can actually customize these contact forms to look really, really awesome. So if you want to check those out, just subscribe, and I'll upload some new videos with the Brizzy page builder. And this is just me kind of asking you to subscribe also because I am trying to get to 100,000 subscribers. YouTube gives you a really cool silver button on a lot of stuff, and I kind of really want one. So I'd appreciate if you guys subscribe, but you don't have to. What I really want to do in this contact section is show you how you integrate this contact form to make sure that a message gets sent to your email. So that's all over here in this button. This is probably the most important part of this contact form. You can change the text right here if you want. So maybe we'll just type in send instead of submit. And you guys already know how to get rid of this icon. You just go in here and your icon is right here. What you want to do is you want to click into this button though. And you want to click on this little icon right here, and you're going to get this pop-up with these apps right here, and you should see the WordPress button. So we want to click on this, and you're going to get this pop-up with the form fields. And what you want to do is you want to put in the email address that you want the messages to get sent to. So I already have my email in here, and then you want to have a subject or a subject line if you want to know where these emails are coming from. So maybe a new message from NYC Brizzy. And you can just put in whatever message or subject line that you want. This is going to be sent to your own email address. And then just click continue right here. And you can see that you get the success button right here, and just click done. And that's all you have to do. If you want, you can also go into the settings, I think. And let me just see to make sure. Nope, it's not this section, but over here in this link section, when someone sends a message to you, you can have a success message. So by default, it's going to say message sent. And then if there's an error, it says message not sent. You can actually change this if you wanted to also to say like, congrats, thanks for sending a message or whatever like that. Okay. So really all that I really wanted to point out was this section right here, this WordPress app. Click on that. You're going to go in here, put in your email address, and then put in a subject line if you want, so that you know that you get a message from your website. And then just click continue, and that's going to integrate it, and that's all you have to do. The last thing that we're going to do is come in here and click on the save blocks and add our social media buttons. Again, you can always add your own stuff. This is just what I'm adding to my contact page right here. And that's all I'm going to do. So I'm going to click on the update button to save everything. And once everything is saved, we're just going to go back to our WordPress dashboard. So if you're ready, go ahead and do that. If you need to pause the video and customize this page, go ahead and do that also. I'm going to go to the WordPress dashboard right here. And once we're back on the contact page, I'm going to go and check out this page really quickly. So I'm going to click on view page. And once the page loads, you can see we have our map right here. Our contact form is going to be integrated with our email address. And we have our social media buttons at the bottom. So we have just completed all the pages that we're going to make for the website in WordPress and using the Brizy Page Builder. So what I want to do now is move on and show you how to create the header menus, or actually customize them. So we can change this, and then down here at the bottom, we can put in a footer menu also. So if you want to do that, what we can do is hover over our website name, and we can click on menus right here, or we can go back to our WordPress dashboard. And once we're on the dashboard, to go to the menus page, we can hover over appearance and click on menus right here. And once you're on the menus page, what you're going to do to create your header and your footer menu is you want to create a new menu for each of these. So right here, we can just type in a menu name. So we can type in header and then click on create menu. And once the menu is created, the first thing that we can do is come down to where it says display location. And we want to make this the primary menu. That's going to be the header menu. And after we create our header menu, we're going to create our footer menu. So we'll select this one next. And what you can do is you can add all of your pages to your header menu if you want. So I'm just going to select the pages right here and click add to menu. You also have the option of adding your blog posts or creating custom links over here. So this is the label and these are the URLs for your header menu items. And if you had categories, you can also add those. But I'm just going to add these pages right here. And I want to reorder these. So it's going to go from left to right, from top to bottom. So I'll move this one over here and I'll move this one up here. If you ever want to have any sub-menu items, you want to indent them so that this is the parent of this one and it becomes a sub-menu item. Okay? And that's all you have to do. And we're going to do the same exact thing for our footer. But once you rearrange the menu items for your header menu, click on save. And once the header menu is saved, you can go and check out the website if you want and see that the header menu is updated. But what I want to do before we actually do that is I want to create the footer menu. So I'm going to go here and click on create a new menu. And my footer menu is going to be the same exact thing. We're going to type in footer right here for a new menu and click on create menu. And once the menu is created, we're going to come over here and just click on footer menu. And I'm just going to add the same links that I have for my header menu. So I'm going to click on this and I'll just rearrange these again. And again, you can add whatever links that you want. Maybe you have different pages, that's fine. You can have sub-menu items and all that stuff. And so once I rearrange everything, I'm going to click on save menu. And once the footer menu is saved, we are good to go. And if you ever want to edit any of these menus that you created, you have this drop down right here. Just select the one that you want to edit and click on the select button right here. Okay, so we have our header and our footer menu, and they're both created. And pretty much we are done because we've created all the pages that we want for our website in WordPress. And now we have our footer and our header. So what I want to do is just show you what the final website looks like. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the Brizy Pro, which is the premium version of the page builder. So if you want, you can just keep watching and see the premium functions and whether or not you want to use that or not. But let's go and check out our website that we learned how to make in WordPress today. So I'm going to click on visit site. And once the website loads, let me be the first to say congratulations on learning how to make your own WordPress website with the Brizy Page Builder. And at the top over here, you can see that we have our header menu that we just customized. And we have all of these different blocks that we learned how to create and customize using the Brizy Page Builder. And then at the bottom over here, we have our footer menu right here also. And we created an about page, a portfolio page, and a contact us page. If you want to create some additional pages or need any help, you can leave a comment in the comment section below and I'll get back to you. Before we talk about the Brizy Premium version, I want to say thank you so much for watching. And if you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. And also make sure to subscribe to the NYC Tech Club YouTube channel because we're always coming out with new videos just like this. So what I want to do for a little bit is just show you some of the premium features with the Brizy Pro version in case you want to upgrade your page builder. But by no means you don't have to do this, but I do want to talk about it just to give you the option. So I'm going to open up a new tab right here. And what I just did was I opened up a new tab with the home page and the Brizy page builder right here. And I actually installed the Pro version. So I'll show you some of the elements and the blocks that you can choose from in just a moment. But I also have a tab right here with a comparison of the free version and the Pro version. And I don't think that you actually need the Pro version in order to build something beautiful. We were able to create a beautiful WordPress website using just the free Brizy option. But if you want, you can always select the Pro option and upgrade if you do want more tools and resources. So you can see right here that we have some additional pre-made blocks. We have premium blocks right here, so over 150 of them. You get some additional elements, so if you wanted to have a blog website or customize your headers or anything like that, you're going to be able to do that with the Brizy Pro. So I'll link you to this page in the video description and you can come here and check it out. Now, there is a fee for the Brizy Pro, and some people don't want to pay for it, and I'm totally fine. I'm not trying to sell you on this. I just want you to know that you do have the option to upgrade your page builder with some additional tools and resources if you want to customize your website some more. So if you wanted just to have the Brizy Pro for one website, then you're going to have to pay a license fee of $49 a year, and then you can have some additional licenses if you wanted to have the studio option. The one that I got, because I create WordPress tutorials for a living on this YouTube channel, is I got the lifetime option. So this one's a little steep. It's a little bit more expensive. You have these options right here. And again, take your time. You don't really need to decide today if you want the Pro version or not. But what I want to do is just show you some of the tools and premium features that you get with the Pro version. So I think what we're going to do is just go and create a new page and just kind of start from scratch. So I'm going to go back to my WordPress dashboard right here and create a new page and show you a lot of the Brizy Pro options. So we'll hover over new and click on page. And once we come to this page, let's just type in a title here for our demo page. So maybe we'll just type in demo services. And this time around, I'm going to leave all this stuff as the default. So I'm not going to select anything, and I'll show you why in just a little bit using the Brizy Pro. So I'm going to publish this page and just turn on the Brizy Page Builder. And remember when we created all of our different pages, we came over here and we selected the default options so that we had a header and footer. What's really cool with the Brizy Pro is if we click on the blocks over here, now we have this category right here for custom headers and footers that we didn't have when we used the free version. So again, I do have the Pro version installed, and what we can do is just use some of these to create our header now. So you don't need to use a theme header or footer. With the Brizy Pro, you can create your own custom footers or use these custom blocks. And we can just go in here and select the menu. So we'll go in and select the header menu. And if you wanted to, you can edit this stuff and change all of this. Again, this is just a demo page, and I'm really just showcasing what the Brizy Pro is about. So really quickly, over here in the elements, you're going to have some additional elements that you don't have with the free version. So really, it's just additional options for you. The cool thing is really with the add new block section. So if we click on here, you're going to see that there's a layout tab right here. If we click on this, what you're going to notice is that there are layouts for different types of websites, and you can just import these, and what you're going to do is just have a whole website already created for you, and then you can just go in and customize images and the text. So that's pretty awesome. And again, this is something that you get with the Brizy Pro, so it just makes your life a lot easier than trying to come up with your own layouts for your different pages. And then on the blocks right here, again, you're going to have the header and footer. You're going to have some additional options here also. So you have stuff such as the content section. So if you want to create pages with layouts like this, you can do that. So we can just add this one maybe, and then we can come down here and we can go into this post section right here. And maybe we'll add something like this. And you can see we have a content section. And then what we can do is come down here and just add a footer that we probably couldn't add when we use the free version. So I'll select this one right here. And again, you want to come in here and customize this stuff. This is just using the blocks right here. You can see how easy it is to, again, build a web page using the Brizy page builder, but we're using the pro features right here. I don't want to get into too many details because this isn't a real sales pitch for the Brizy Pro. I'm going to link you to this page right here. You can see the prices. And again, you can see the comparison over here with the free version and the pro version. Some of the things that jump out to me are that you get a pop-up builder with the pro version. So if you want to have some opt-in forms or anything that pops up on your website, you have that option with the pro version. Again, you have over 150 premium layouts and blocks with the pro version. So if you just want more options, then you want to upgrade. If you're happy with the options that we already have, or you want to go and create your own options or blocks, you can do that with the free version. You also have the shape divider, which is going to customize your blocks a little bit, custom fonts, more pro elements, and really there's just a bunch of different things. And the pro version is worth what you're paying for, but again, it's really up to you. It's not free. So I know sometimes you don't want to spend this money, and just take your time. If you don't need it, don't get it. If you think you're going to make your website a little bit better or way better with the Brizy Pro, then maybe you want to invest in this. But it's not a necessity. It's more of something that you can have if you really want. Okay, so again, this is the Brizy Pro. We have a bunch of different elements that you can add, and then we also have some additional blocks right here, so different categories, and you also have the layout options and a bunch of other tools and resources that we'll probably cover in another video. But that's my little pitch on Brizy Pro. I have it on my website, or I have it installed, and maybe I'll use it, maybe I won't, but I'm pretty happy with the website that we built today using the Brizy Pro or Brizy free version. And I hope you guys are too. If you guys need any help whatsoever, just leave a comment in the comment section below and I'll get back to you. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Please give this video a big thumbs up if it helped you out, and make sure to subscribe because we're going to come out with new videos just like this. So again, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for the support, and I'll see you later.